Welcome back to the channel. For tonight's dinner, we had party wings in the freezer. So what I did, I already prepped them. I used this Parmesan garlic sauce, and I'm going to bake them in the oven. And yeah, I've never used this, but I've seen other people using it. It looks pretty good. Everyone says it's really good. So I added extra, what did I add? I think I added some more Italian dressing, some onion powder, and there was something else that I added. I think it was oregano seasoning. And then I just added a little bit of this, not a lot. And then it's been marinating in the refrigerator for a couple of hours now. So I'm going to put this on 375. I'm going to let it cook probably about 30 minutes or until up to temperature. So right now I'm just spraying my pan with some canola oil spray so it does not stick. And then also, I have this in the pantry. I just want to get this used up. I have one more left in here, so I'm going to be using this for dinner tonight. I normally make my pasta salad now from scratch. You know, buy the noodles and put my own stuff in there. So I just want to get rid of this because I don't want it to go bad, because the way food prices are right now, it's extremely high. So yeah, I'm just going to put these in here. And I'm trying not to wash, like take off all the seasoning. And yeah, then I'm going to put it in the oven for dinner tonight. So what I like to do with my wrong burner pasta, some people just add salt. I like to add salt and oil. So it helps it for me, it helps it not to overflow. So I just put a little bit of olive oil, whatever oil I have on hand, and that's it. And I always like to salt the water before it comes up to a boil. And then it will, season the pasta.
So I already rinsed off my tomatoes, and these are starting to get bad and get really soft, so I'm going to use them up. I'm just going to add them in the pasta salad. I just like to chop them in half because they are kind of big. And then with the bigger ones, and I chop them in threes. So I'm going to continue chopping these and get them in the pasta salad.
Hi, welcome back. Today, I think I talked about it in one of my videos. I don't remember, girl. But anyways, or boy, whoever's watching this. I'm going to be making my own chicken broth because it's going to be fall and I use a lot of chicken broth. I do buy it from Sam's Club, but I like to have my own. So what I did, I had a rotisserie chicken I saved all the bones, and there's still some chicken on here. And then I also like when I chopped up my onions. If you guys didn't know that, like your peels and things like that, you can put this in your broth and it will be fine because you're going to strain it. And then also I did get these bowls from Amazon. I'll link them down in the description box down below. That is microwave safe, freezer safe, whatever safe, and they're reusable. And because I was just going to freeze my chicken broth in these like bags, but I didn't want to do that. Just in case it came open. And I don't need a whole quart-sized bag of chicken broth. So yeah, so I'm gonna get this in the crock pot. And I probably will add some herbs, probably some oregano, some basil, not a lot because I want to be able to season it myself with whatever meal that I'll be using it for. So let me stop rambling here and then turn you to the crock pot. So this is what I was talking about, and it comes in a 48 set and it's 16 ounces, and that's perfect. So once it fully cools, I'll be able to put them in these plastic cup thingy bowls and then put them in the freezer. So now my rotisserie chicken is still frozen, but you know what? We just gonna go with it because it's gonna cook all day. So I'm just gonna put it in here, the whole thing, and put all my onions and everything in there. I wish I had more onion peels. I didn't save it. And you just dump it in there. And then I'm gonna add probably like so I've turned off the crock pot and this is ready to go. This smells like a soup, you guys. It smells amazing. Oh my goodness. I wish you guys can smell this. So you can see that's the leftover from the rotisserie chicken. And I washed and dried 6 of these little containers. They're about 16 ounces. So we're going to see how many I'm going to need. Hopefully 6 is enough. So So I was able to get 6 of them. This one's not quite full. I left about an inch or so headspace just because when you're freezing it, you don't want to fill it to the top. So I'm going to leave these uncovered for a couple hours, let it cool down completely. And then I will put the lids on, put the date on them, and put them in the freezer. So when I need chicken broth, I can get it out the freezer. So for tonight's dinner, I am just cutting up some potatoes. I'm going to be making mashed potatoes, traditional mashed potatoes. I like to chop them up just so they don't take as long to cook. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to get the potatoes going here. So right here, I'm taking off my ring because, my hand's about to get dirty in a few minutes. This is, I want to say this is about 5 pounds of ground beef. I divided them into 2 to make 2 meatloaves, just traditional meatloaves. I make them different every time. And I don't show it, but I do go back in and add more seasoning because I felt that there wasn't enough. And then I also go back in and I add in more breadcrumbs because I did not add enough. And then after I cooked it, I should have added more because they didn't come out, when they came out of the oven, they weren't like put together, as if you understand what I mean. So the other one, I let it cool down and I put it in the freezer. And I think I normally keep them in there maybe a month or two, no more than 3 months. And then when it's time to eat it again, I just reheat it up in the oven. So yeah. So yeah, I use a little bit of thyme. I try not to use a lot of thyme because thyme is very strong and so it can overpower a dish. So I try to be very careful with that. But yeah, and I just add tomato sauce, Worcestershire, whatever, however you pronounce that. I have no idea. So we're just gonna go with that. And then I cooked this for about an hour and 20 minutes on, I think it was 375. I don't remember, but it came out amazing. I did make my own gravy. You'll be seeing that. I try to make my own gravy. Sometimes I'll buy the packages, but I prefer to make my own because I know what ingredients are going inside my food. So this gravy recipe, I found it online. I do have one, but I didn't want to dig through my cookbook to find it. So this one, if I can remember, it calls for 2 or 3 teaspoons of butter, and it calls for like 6 tablespoons of flour. I thought that was a bit much, so I did not add that many tablespoons of flour, maybe 4, I think it was, and then salt and pepper, garlic powder, and I believe it was onion powder. It came out really good. I should have just added a little bit more salt. I use my beef bouillon. I always try to keep a jar of that in the refrigerator at all times. And I think I used a little too much of that, so next time I need to dial it back. But other than that, it came out really good and everyone enjoyed it. So for my mashed potatoes, I do use a potato masher just a little bit just to get it started. And then I just add my milk and my seasonings and things that I use. Each time is different. This time I did forget to use my sour cream. But I do use a handheld mixer. I think by doing that, it makes your potatoes come out really fluffy and they taste so good. They taste way better than using that potato masher. So if you guys haven't tried it, you guys got to give it a try because it's really good this way. In this morning's video, I am bringing you a little bit of French toast sticks. The reason why, I made homemade bread. We made homemade bread together, and one of my homemade breads didn't rise how I wanted it to rise. So I am making them French toast little sticks, you know, the ones that you see in the grocery store. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making sure the bread gets well coated because you know the bread is thick. And then, okay, feature me here. I don't know why I didn't tell you what seasonings I was using. I put in a little bit of nutmeg. I actually got this seasoning. It's from a company called Flavor God. They sent it to me last year for my coffee videos, and it is buttery cinnamon roll or something like that. So I added that to the eggs, and I think that was it. That's all I added. And I tasted a little bit of this when it got done. They were really good. So what I did, when I packaged them up, I laid a first row on parchment paper, and then on the second row, I put another thing of parchment paper so they wouldn't stick. And then I just put them in the freezer. So you pretty much, when you take them out of the freezer, you can warm them in the air fryer, you can warm them in a toaster oven or a microwave. So we're probably just going to do the microwave because it's just easier for us. I mean, I could put them in the air fryer, but who wants to be doing that at like 4 o'clock in the morning? I don't think so. So microwave it is. And then you can use whatever syrup that you want on them. Anyone can. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to finish up cooking these. It's just the bread didn't rise. I don't know what I did wrong. I let it sit there for like over an hour, second rise, and it still just didn't work. But again, I'm going to stop rambling and let you guys finish watching. Thanks again so much for watching this video. If you like these types of videos, please thumbs up the video because that lets me know to continue to keep making them. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram or TikTok, please follow me. I will leave my handles and stuff down in the description box down below. Also, you can go to the bio of my YouTube channel and the links are also there as well. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.